We'd like to thank our supporters, OG Haulage
and Coolridge Heating and Air Conditioning for their ongoing and continued support of our podcast and helping us make this possible.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Easy done.
You all good?
Yeah, mate.
Welcome to Get Outdoors with Drew and Cam.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Hope everybody's been keeping well.
I've been keeping well. How about you?
Oh, always. Just ticking along.
Ticking along?
I always tick along.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
It's just the depth that varies.
This is, yeah, you're very right.
No, I'm very spoilt for choice, and I'm lucky I've got a wife that's understanding and lets me run free as much as I do.
Do you give her a choice?
I do give her a choice. She can say yes or no. Normally she said no when I'm already out the driveway and gone. No.
Her biggest gripe is you don't take her with you.
That's the lot of the issues can be. So, I'm trying to do stuff now that I can take her with me, especially being a shift worker during the week. If we're going gold panning, come for a walk.
Yeah, a lot of day
I'll
trips.
be in the creek or whatever, but, you can be floating around, go for a wander, sit in the sun.
That's it.
Just enjoy being outdoors.
Give her mental time out as well.
Yeah, that's right. And she can listen to me and my mate carry on when we find a little speck and look like we've struck gold. But yeah.
Have you told her yet that you're collecting the gold to make her a ring?
I have told her that I'm making it. I'm glad we've mentioned this now. Because,
that's all right.
Yeah, no,
it's a making you commit to it.
That's my whole thing. I want to find enough gold to produce a ring, and you can find natural sapphires in some of the creeks, not down in Gippsland Way, unfortunately.
No, it's
but you
north.
can, it's Bright and all that sort of area.
I wasn't going to mention the area.
Oh, Bright, Beechworth, all that. But that's the work that you have to do to go and find the stones.
Yeah, I've got a mate that's going up there. He's picked an area that's quite prolific for gems and stuff like that.
Yep.
He's heading up there, and that's his reason.
Yeah, you've got to do it. There's people that do full trips over west to go and fossicking. And
I've seen a couple of them on TV.
Yeah, there's a few TV shows kicking around now. But
I did not know they were pulling gems out in WA.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the gem side of things. I know that the gold virtually pops up to the ground level over
100%,
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the gemstones, if I can find a couple of nice little blue sapphires one day,
that'd be all right.
They'll get added into the ring as well, and then hopefully that becomes a bit of an heirloom. Your great-grandfather found the gold and the stones for this.
And he beat it together and made you a ring.
No, he'll pay someone to do that. There'll be surely somebody out there that's into blacksmithing and stuff like that and can go, yeah, I can make that for you.
Absolutely.
So, I'm all up for finding some small little bloke that tinkers in his shed and go, I'm trusting you with all of my dried gold. And here's some stones that I want set into that ring.
Here's an ounce of gold. No, ounce. Here's about 13, 14 grams of gold. And he goes, no, I only used 12. Yeah,
I'm not too sure what it's going to be, but I don't. Mate, like I said, it's going to take me a while with the size of the stuff I'm finding, but it's the adventure of being outside. It's the adventure
and the story that would go with the ring in the end.
That's it.
It might take you 20 years, but you'll get there.
Oh, I'm hoping to get there a bit quicker than 20 years, but yeah.
Have to invest in a high banker, but we won't talk about that.
No, I've got my little sluice. That does the job, so...
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, high bankers, you've got to move bulk dirt. And
yes.
I'm a fan of fossicking around and finding some, but I'm also liking leaving the river as natural looking as I can.
I think that's the only thing that actually bothers me about gold panning. That the people that use high bankers and stuff like that, they're actually digging through a fair bit and changing.
Look, the rivers do resettle fairly quickly too.
Yeah.
Inside the water flows, they do, particularly with big storm cells coming through. It moves a lot of stuff around a lot of the time, but it's just a personal thing for me. Like you're allowed to use hand tools, so I use a hand dredge, like a yabby pump.
Yep.
To suck some other
mud really, you're pulling a bit of it up and you're putting it in another spot next to the river, so you're not actually mucking up the natural course of the river.
I pan inside the water itself.
Yep.
So my sediment will move
That's
around
what I mean.
It settles.
You're not digging a couple of foot hole, run it through a high banker and leaving the dirt up on the bank.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
mine's down on the edge, but a lot of the high banker stuff does. But I'm not too sure where the legalities are now with high bankers and alike. I run a small river sluice as well.
Yep.
Which
puts all the off product back into the river anyway.
Well, that's right. So I do run that, and that's just a little backpacking sluice. It's like a rubber mould injected thing.
Yep.
So running that, I pan down all my pans. I do my peel back and see the little bits of gold if I have any.
Yeah.
I suck them up with a little snuffer bottle, and then all that little bit of tailing gets put into a bucket. So at the end of the day, I run all of that through my little river sluice.
Yes.
So if there's any little specks there that I've missed,
Take the fines out.
the river sluice should catch most of it. You lose gold no matter what you're doing. It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just my little process. I pump, I pan, I keep the tailings.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I run them through the sluice. I keep all that and then go home and dig around in the driveway and go, oh, there was 3 more specks in there. But, you know.
There's a bit more.
Oh, mate, it all adds up at the end of the day. And when you're adding microgram by microgram, it's...
Hey, something's better than nothing.
That's right. So
It's like getting a couple of hits on your fishing rod.
that's it. Oh,
Even though you don't reel it in, you still know there's stuff there looking for it.
yeah. So one of my mates tagged me in one of the spring-loaded rod holders the other day.
Oh, yeah.
A clip on social media, and holy, it looks like it'd really get you if there wasn't a fish on it and something's triggered it, because they come roaring back. I'm not too sure where they'd stand legality-wise for a fish trap.
I don't know.
In a way,
I looked at them
but-
and I'm like, I'm interested to know more. I think I might try and find one and see how good they are.
I should message fisheries and just ask the query on the legality side of whether or not they're considered a trap because they're a mechanised set off. So, and this is the thing. There's a lot of grey areas with stuff like that, and it varies state to state.
Yeah, true.
You're allowed to bow fish for carp in South Australia, and I think it's Northern Territory.
But you're not allowed to bow hunt animals.
You're not allowed to bow hunt animals, but
Yeah.
you're not allowed to bow fish in Victorian waters because it's considered a spear in enclosed waters. These are all the things that you've got to look
Far
at.
out.
So, yeah, if you look into spearfishing, I believe in Victoria, there's a lot of rules and regulations. Like you wouldn't be near the mouth. You're not allowed in certain distances from mouths of rivers and all sorts
Yeah,
of
right.
stuff for where you can spearfish. There's a lot of legalities for a lot of different things, but that's the thing that you've got to look into. It's like with the gold fossicking. You're allowed to do X amount, X, Y, Z. There's rivers that you're not allowed to be on. There's a banned list, and there's all sorts of things.
Yep.
I think the banned list rivers probably have the most gold in them. That's why they're not letting you on them.
Yeah, potential.
But you never know. So if you've got a passion and a hobby that you're looking into, maybe look at the legality side of things as well.
Oh,
So
you must. Absolutely.
it's just covering your backside.
Exactly right. It's doing the right thing, even though we may or may not agree with it.
Yeah.
It's still something we need to do.
Yeah, that's right. It can come down to like even for flying of drones in national parks. Apparently,
Exactly
no
right.
national parks you're allowed to fly a drone.
That's it.
So, you
The
know.
good lady wife's got a drone, and you're probably the same with yours. Now
Yeah.
you've got you can actually Google a map,
Yep.
but I believe with Vivs, she
Sure.
can look up and it'll tell you
No fly zones.
no
and the
fly
like.
zones and stuff like that.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
like, that's really interesting, and that's a good thing to know too.
Yeah, well, that came with the software that I got for the little DJI drone I have.
Yep.
And then DJI Fly, it says, there's elevation limits and stuff like that.
Yes.
In certain areas and things like that. And I look at it and go, yeah, that's pretty handy. But at the same time, if it's blowing 5 kilometre winds, my drone's not flying because it's too small. It'll get knocked around.
You just get thrown around,
So-
or you burn out the battery twice as quick because
Yeah.
it's trying to stay stable.
That's
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's unfortunate too because sometimes you'll get some really good footage or photos, that little bit more elevation, and that's all I bought the drone for.
Yep.
And, yeah, you can't fly a drone in a national park.
That's it. And that's fair too. I mean, you end up dropping it in the bush, and you're going to go, well, I spent nearly $1,000 on this thing. I'm going bush to get it back.
I go bush to get anything. I'll go bush because I go, is that a lyrebird over there anyway? I don't care. I'm
Hang
sorry.
on. I think there's an echidna in this bush. I'm
Yeah.
going to get it.
Yeah, I'm walking off the track. I'm a public landowner. That's public land.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a strong advocate that we're all public landowners and we all should be able to use it.
True.
So,
Very true. Talking about public landowners, heading towards your son doing his... I keep going back to it because there was so many elements to him doing his scout trek
mate,
in and about.
yeah,
And we've had a couple of questions. I've had a couple of questions from different people.
Yep.
What do we use sleeping bag wise when we need a sleeping bag?
okay. That comes down with a whole heap of variants, doesn't it? Really?
Well, this is it. What are the
Camping.
variants?
So you've got your car camping, sort
Yes.
of like what you do with your
As in
swags
load up the
and
car and
load the
get out and
canopy.
about? Yep.
You're camping beside the car or with the car, sort of thing. Weight's not really much of an issue.
Nah, packing size is.
Packing size
But
is,
not weight.
but not weight.
Yep.
So then you get to like the hiking, like I'm doing, where you start to look at weight versus comfort
So you're
as
talking
well.
carrying gear in, carrying gear
yeah,
out.
that's
Yep,
right.
100%.
It all comes down to packability. Insulation values is another thing, particularly with sleeping
Well,
bags.
there's nothing freaking worse than being cold.
If you're cold, you cannot get warm.
No.
So the other part is too, a lot of the time with sleeping bags that catch people out, they're not aware of either. So you know how you pull your doona right up under your chin,
You make yourself into a
cocoon?
cocoon, yep.
That's your best way to sleep in a sleeping bag. Even if it's cold, as soon as you put your face or your mouth inside that sleeping bag,
Yep.
you exhaling creates condensation
That's
inside the
true.
bag.
Yep.
Condensation is moisture. Moisture traps the cold and keeps you colder for longer.
True.
So you've really got to look at that. That's one major thing about sleeping bags.
Yeah. And the air gap between you and the side of the sleeping bag,
That can be an issue.
because your body's heated.
Yeah.
If you have cold air around you, it's going to absorb it.
Yeah, insulation type. Are you on the ground?
What-
Are you on a sleeping mat?
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you on a stretcher? Have you got an airspace beneath you? All these things come into play. And
Absolutely.
it's almost a science when you start looking at it. So
Why is it when we do this podcast it rains?
because we're outdoorsy and this is the outdoor sound effects for the background.
This is our background sound effect.
It costs us
Love
nothing. So yeah, like
What sleeping bag have you got?
I have a Cedar Summit Trek 2
Yep.
in a long because I'm taller than the average person, I
Yep.
guess. So I run a rectangle size. You've got your your rectangles, your mummy style sleeping bags. They're the ones with the tapered foot box and comes back out to your shoulders. Normally a big hood. They're generally designed for your very colder climates, where you're sleeping in such a big, thick bag, and it's keeping that small space, that small air
Keeping
gap.
your body warm thin.
That's keeping your
Yeah.
body warm thin. That's normally what the mummy style design is for. You get people that can't sleep in a sleeping bag themselves.
I hate a tight sleeping bag.
So a quilt might be even something that you look at.
Yeah.
So the quilts are sort of a tapered bag as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you put your sleeping mat in the foot of them, and then they're like a doona from there up.
Oh, righto.
And you can get them down to -10 and stuff like that as well. So
So when you say -10,
now this is
for our
where it
listeners-
comes in.
For
So
our listeners that aren't sure,
this is a little bit nerdy technical side of things. So you have a comfort rating, a lower limit, and a exposure limit. I think I'm not looking at it off at the sleeping bag in front of me, so it's off the top of my head. So your comfort level, then it gets down to your extreme, which will be, it's not going to be comfortable, it's not going to be lovely, but at that temperature in that sleeping bag, you will survive.
yep.
But it also comes down to, are you a hot sleeper or are you a cold sleeper?
Well, this is it. You're something you got to take into effect, isn't
yeah.
it?
So
Whereas most of us blokes are quite warm sleepers anyway.
Yep.
Where a lot of women are colder sleepers than us.
yeah, so my sleeping bag I've got is a comfort rating of 1 degree, a lower limit of -2, and
Yep.
extreme of -7.
Okay.
But I also run sleeping bag liners for when it's that bit cooler. It's a handy thing to have, which is another thing.
Is that just one that slips inside the sleeping bag?
It's like you're climbing in a big another sleeping bag that's made out of fabric that
Okay.
can help insulate you better inside the sleeping bag and help
Oh,
trap
right.
a bit more warmth.
Yep.
On the plus side to that is as well, you can take them and wash them in a washing machine easy. A
So if you
sleeping
were to-
bag, not as much.
If you were to sleep hot and you were to sweat during your sleep, it's going to soak into
It
that,
soaks
not the
into
bag,
that,
and
not
end
into
up.
the bag, and then you don't have to wash and clean bags as
Smells
often.
like sweaty feet every time you open
Yeah,
it.
and a lot of the time too, depending if you've got a synthetic or a down style sleeping bag, it depends on which way and what stuff you need to wash them with too. So that comes down to care as well.
A down one would be lighter,
Down ones are lighter,
but they're warmer.
they are warmer, and
But
they
they're
are
more
more
expensive.
expensive
Yeah.
and more exposed to water as well.
As
They
in the
won't
moisture.
handle getting the moisture in them.
Yeah, because
The
they'll soak
down,
it in.
the
Yeah.
down clumps together.
Yep.
Doesn't spread out as well. The biggest issue with a lot of sleeping bags can be the gap that the side that you're lying on.
Mm-hmm.
If that insulation is squashed or crushed, that doesn't have the heating properties that the other stuff does.
Because it doesn't have the density
It doesn't
to hold
have the
warmth.
density to
Yep.
trap the air pockets and get warm.
Where the other one's a synthetic insulation.
Yeah, that's the one I run. I run a synthetic style.
Do you find it's bulkier?
It is definitely bulkier.
Yeah.
I would love a down bag, but I can't justify the price.
What's the price difference between a synthetic and a down bag on average?
On average, it depends what brand you're going with. So mate, it could be a couple of $100 difference.
Okay.
Going to down from synthetic.
So if you're looking for a good quality synthetic and you compare it to a good quality down. It could be like $200 more expensive.
Mate, some of them could even be $1,000 more expensive.
Are you for real?
Yeah. So if you're going with like your Marmot brand, your Nemo,
Yep.
something like that, the Thermarests, they are all high-end bags.
Yep.
They are designed to be lightweight, compact, mobile.
So we're talking
ultralighters.
hiking, walk in, walk out kind of
all that sort of
applications.
stuff. You can get down to like the swags we own, the 23 Zeros.
Yep.
They've brought out their own swag sleeping bags now. So I have a 900. I can buy the 900 sleeping bag that are flannelette lined.
For the listener, that's
minus
900
10.
wide, yeah?
Yeah, 900 wide because the swags come in 9 and 1400 and stuff
That's it.
like that.
Yep,
so
correct.
they've brought out tailor-made sleeping bags that fit the width of their swags, and they're flannelette lined. But that's the whole thing. If I'm car camping, I'm going to pop my stretcher out, roll my swag out. My sleeping bag's normally in there.
Yep.
So at the moment,
That's
I'm
it.
running like a high country sleeping bag that I've had for years. That's a minus 10 bag. And that just lives in my swag. It rolls up inside it. Job done. So, yeah, to go from your synthetics to down, it's more about your weight saving than it is your warmth value as well.
Whereas if you want a comfortable sleep.
You want a comfortable sleep, synthetics would do the job.
Yeah.
So, and if you're that little bit colder too, maybe look at a sleeping bag liner. A lot of companies make them.
They weigh nothing and they're simple and easy.
They pack down to the size of a coffee cup.
Yep.
So to me, it's always something I chuck in.
Yep.
And I know people in summer that'll just sleep in. They only take a sleeping bag liner. They won't even take a sleeping bag over summer, and they just sleep in the liners. So
that's it.
You
So
know,
it just keeps that.
it's that extra little bit of kit that you've got that you can go. You know, it's going to be it's going to get to the low 20s overnight. All I need is like a sheet to keep me.
That's it.
somewhat
It's that mental comfortability of having something over you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but then, like I was saying earlier too, you've got your quilt versus sleeping bags. So it depends what you want to use. Like I've got a little Caribou sleeping bags that are 10 degrees comfort rating.
Yep.
I barely fit in it. I look like I'm trying to sleep in a sock. But it's 10. I'm going to be in warmer weather with it not getting down to 10 degrees. I'm going to be comfy.
You're not fussed about the temp. You're just something over you.
That's right. It's just that little bit of a, this
Worst
is where
comes
I'm
to
sleeping.
worst, you unzip it.
And use it
And you
like
throw
an
it
open
on top of
sheet.
you.
Yeah. See, the other thing is too, because of the sleeping mat I have, they're the vinyl plastic style inflating ones. You need to have something between you and that.
Otherwise you stick to it.
Yeah, I've stuck to them one night. And it's not a comfortable night when you roll over and your mat comes with you.
No.
But
I always found that with the old synthetic sleeping bags, like the synthetic material.
Yep.
That if I get really warm, they stick to you.
Yep.
And you roll over or you move and it comes
with you and rolls you up like a burrito.
Exactly right. And I get all twisted up and I like to stretch my legs a bit and stuff like that.
See, I get funny with my feet.
Yes.
I like to sleep with my feet separate from one another, not laying on top of each other, heating them up. So I've gone the long sleeping bag, like I said. I've got that bit more room. I've got a long sleeping mat. I can buy that system that all lines up because Cedar Summit, the brand I use, they have a regular and a long in almost all their sleeping mats and almost all their sleeping bags.
Oh, righto.
So, and then it can come down to, do you want the zip on the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
Yep.
So, you know, it's working that sort of stuff out as well.
As silly as it sounds, a major game changer for the wifey and I was we bought King sleeping bags.
Yep.
Because they're like they're a cloth insert.
Yep, they're that flannelette lined one as well, aren't they?
They're a double layer as well.
Yep.
So when we did the trip to Cape York, the thing that I liked about them was you can pull the insert out of it.
Yep.
I threw that underneath me when it got hot, and I could leave the top half open.
Yep.
But when you got hot in bed, it wasn't sticking to you.
Yes.
Like the synthetic
material
does.
Some synthetic materials can. And that's where those liners come into play as well, because you can get a liner for a cool temperature that's wanting to add extra, it's almost like a flannelette fitted sheet for a sleeping bag in a way. You can get them, or you can go down to a silk one where it's bugger all weight It's easy, it's lightweight, and it's not to add any temperature. It's just to help you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
And the only drawback I found with these Kings ones was when they're packed up, they're quite big.
yep.
But with the ute and the canopy, don't care.
But that's the thing. It comes down to that location.
Exactly.
See,
It's your application, isn't it?
yeah. So I've bought, to make mine a bit easier for backpacking, I've bought the Cedar Summit. They do a compression dry bag.
Okay.
So it vents the air out of it.
Yep.
So you've stuffed, and that's only a 13 litre bag. So if you think about 13 litres, doesn't seem like an awful lot. That's my whole sleeping bag in there.
Yeah.
And then I can compress that down, so I can pack that down as tight as I can.
That's it.
But it depends on what you're wanting to do with it, and
Well,
you've
it depends
got
on
to
the application, isn't
pick
it?
the right application, pick the right product.
You don't buy a Camry to go off-road.
You could,
No, you don't. You avoid that like the plague.
but yeah, I mean, if you're in the market for a sleeping bag, look, you can marketplace. I always preach about marketplace, but marketplace can have underlying things with these sleeping bags too. You don't know if they've been stored their whole life compressed, because when it comes to storage, you don't want to store them compressed.
No.
Ours actually hang up in one of our wardrobes.
Yep.
On coat hangers, so they're open. The synthetic fibres can expand
Enough.
and they're not sitting there compressed for their whole life.
That's it.
So when you want them to actually expand and hold that temperature,
Yeah.
they don't, because they've been stored in a compression bag their whole life.
That's it.
You've got to take them out. Your high-end down ones, particularly Cedar Summit, I know they come with the hiking compression bag.
Yep.
And they also come with a bigger storage bag
Okay.
for you to fold them up and keep them in the cupboard in. So, you're really, because they're not a cheap investment, but at the end of the day, they can be the difference between you making it through a night or not.
Well, this is it.
So,
And it's
yeah.
about looking after your gear, isn't it?
That's right.
I mean, everything we've talked about that we use from a day trip to hunting, fishing, camping, hiking,
Four-wheel driving, everything.
full driving, we're talking about looking after your gear.
Yep. Yeah. Mate, if you're investing in it, you've got to.
That's it.
I might do an overnighter and I will still make sure my sleeping bag's aired out, my swag's aired out, it's dried.
Yes.
Everything's all well and truly sorted out before it's put back into storage.
New batteries in EPIRBs and, EPIRB you don't have
EPIRB
to.
is, checking expiry dates. But once you buy good gear, you've got to really do those steps to make sure you're looking after it. It's like footwear with a waterproofing.
Yeah.
You've got to stay on top of that. You can't just go pss, pss, once a year, that'll be good. That'll work.
Why not, Cam?
Because you know that stuff
Jeez.
wears. Stuff wears down. So you've got to really look at what you're doing. Like you look at I follow a lot of backpacking style pages because I'm into that stuff. So you'll see people's sheds fully decked out in shelving units with storage bins. And it's
Yes.
just all their hiking
All the gear
gear stored.
Yeah.
Backpacks, sleeping bags, all hanging off hooks and stuff like that.
That's it.
It's purpose built to store all their equipment.
This is it. You should the amount of effort you put into something shows how passionate you are about it.
Well, that's right. So
In anything from full driving to camping to you doing your hiking and backpacking,
that's
gold
right.
panning.
It's all that, and like my wife says, I've got an addiction with backpacks anyway. So I love a good backpack.
I was told the other day my oldest is doing a 5-day hike on the Great Ocean Road. That's where it was.
Okay, the Great Ocean Walk. Is it the Great Ocean
it's
Walk?
with school.
Yep, there is a hike. There is an actual hike that goes along. On sections of beach and off into the
this is
coastal
in
forest. And
start of Feb.
yep,
She's going.
yep.
So I'm like, righto, I know a mate that loves hiking. I've got to have a talk to him.
Who's
about
he?
it. Jeepers, I think I'll do a podcast with
Yeah.
him. And I'm like, right, what gear do they have to take? And the misso said, oh, look, we've got a list of stuff that she has to get together, but she has to carry it all.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm going to have a talk to Cam about this.
Yeah, I think we need to have a look at this list and see
And
what
I'm
we can work out.
right, is there bedding? Is there this? And she can't have work boots. They've got to be hiking boots. And I'm like, right, can they be
Now-
lace-up boots?
Now, another thing that's happening, and a lot of people are doing it now too, particularly the fact that most of that walk was a sand-based walk.
Yes.
A lot of people go to runners. A lot of people now will buy a good pair of trail runners,
Yeah.
and they're hiking in trail runners because they're lighter weight, they're quicker drying,
Yep.
and they're designed with grip in mind as well.
Okay.
So don't just go, I've got to buy hiking boots. because at the same time too, a lot of hiking boots weigh a lot too.
Yeah, true.
And you fatigue your legs out without even realising it. Ankle support's a premium if you're in rocky areas and undulating terrain, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
I don't know much about the walk yet.
Yep.
But I think you and I need to have a quick discussion about
if it's the Great Ocean Walk, I'll be a bit jelly if she does that.
But she doesn't have to carry bedding. I think she just has to take a sleeping bag.
Yeah, see.
I think they're setting them up for bedding each night.
Okay.
I don't know whether she's got to carry food or not.
See, Feb, yet again, it's not going to be over cold over the night. There's still chance of storms because you're coastal.
I think we got a couple of little Kathmandu sleeping bags, but I don't know if they have to carry them. But my number one thing I'm thinking about first is a backpack.
Yep.
I need to know what she's got so she can fit it in.
If we have a look at this gear list, we can work it out. But normally, this is just me. If you're doing an overnighter, I'd use my 55. I've got a Black Diamond 55 litre pack.
Yep.
That was a marketplace score. I love that pack.
Yeah.
It sits beautiful.
Yep.
Anything over that, multi-day hikes, particularly me and the wife, I take my larger pack. So I've got an 88 litre. I don't recommend an 88 litre for your daughter.
Nah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
But you can fit so much crap in it.
Yeah. I know you've got a backpack addiction.
Yeah, I do.
So I was thinking I might actually have a chat and see
I'm like,
if we can borrow one
that's
off
a
you.
new day bag. I don't have that one. So, yeah, look, we'll have a look over the list, mate, and we'll go through it and even earmark some stuff that we could talk about on the podcast. So
yeah, I think next potty, if we've got the list, we'll have a chat about it.
Yeah,
If not,
it's like setting my son up for his little scout camp that we've just done. So he turned up for the scout camp with a 25 litre backpack on.
Yep.
And they're like, where's your tent? It's in the bag. Where's your mat? It's in the bag.
Yeah.
Where's your sleeping bag? It's in the bag. Pillow? In the bag.
Yeah.
And then he still had a sleeping bag liner in there.
Yep.
Still had room for a couple of pairs of socks, some jocks.
Yeah.
He was sorted.
Yeah.
All in a 25 litre backpack.
Awesome.
So this is the thing. You start buying that gear.
Yeah.
You start looking at it and you're going, well, I'm upgrading to a 10 centimetre mattress from a 5 centimetre.
Yeah.
But my kids are only lightweight. They can sleep on a 5 centimetre air
This
mat.
is it.
So-
Gem weighs nothing. So,
Yeah.
But again, they're taking care of the bedding. So I don't know.
We'll have a look-see and we'll work out what we can do.
Bash through this list and have a look.
I might even take a photo of the list and I'll come up with your Aussie Disposals BCF get you out of trouble style.
Marketplace.
And then I'll go with the all Cameron special. And we'll see how we go with that.
I was going to see if I could hijack one of the backpacks off you.
Yeah,
Borrow
mate,
it for a week.
I've got a few.
That's why I'm asking.
We've got a couple.
That's why I'm asking.
No.
So
Yeah.
I think that's a bit exciting. That'll be a bit of a lead up for us too. That's something we can share with maybe other families that kids are going on it for school.
And depending on how far they've got to walk to during the day,
Yeah.
a smart thing can be getting them to do a couple of Ks on
That's
top
it.
of whatever they're doing during the day leading up to it.
And if she really enjoys it, maybe that's a lead up for her getting into a backpack hunt.
Well, even just backpacking in general. Like there's a lot of overnighters. Our twins have been hitting us up. They want to go to Talbot Hut Ruins, which was the first hike me and Sarah did overnighter.
Yep.
So that's up through Mount Mushroom Rocks, which is our normal family walk anyway. And then you keep climbing to the summit of Mount Erica.
Yep.
Push forwards, and all there is, you turn up to a spot that's just got an old chimney in situ where the hut used to be.
Yep.
That's the old school Jim Owen joke. The fireplace is a grim reminder of where the fire should have been.
Should have been. That's it. Yep.
So, yeah. I mean, it's a nice little spot up in amongst the snow gums up on the plateau.
Yep.
It does get cool overnight, though, so.
Absolutely.
But
Cam, what are we doing about our Christmas giveaway, mate?
so we've worked this out because we needed to. we bought this Campmaster stove system a while ago. Yeah, our first giveaway. So we're going to do it. We're going to aim for Christmas for the giveaway. So we've got the Campmaster stove system that we bought from Kmart and reviewed in an earlier podcast. Drew's swindled some magic somewhere and managed to get 2 Get Outdoors branded coffee mugs made up.
Yes,
they look
we have.
fantastic. We're going to chuck in 2 of each flavour of the Dog and Gun dripper filters that we always talk about. I've got to do a bit of a spiel on them because they are worthwhile.
Need to have a chat about it.
I'm a coffee advocate, so.
And I'm a coffee addict. So
And then we've come alongside with Silverside Biltong, we're going to chuck a bag of that into the mix too.
Absolutely.
So the whole setup for this is going to be based on the social media platforms. So it's going to be the post, tag 2 people, the general sort of online giveaway.
That's it.
For an extra entry into it, you'll share the post to your story on social media, be it Facebook or Instagram.
And we will be watching.
And we will be watching. But yeah, if we do that, we'll go through, like I said, leading up to Christmas. We might even, I can't guarantee that we'll get it away to you by Christmas.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best. It will be that Christmas, New Year's maybe sometime, depending on what we can do postage-wise. So yeah, we'll chuck a post up, we'll get some photos up, and we'll go from there and work our way through. So we'll be monitoring that on the social media platforms.
Definitely.
And it's just a way to get other people across to us and us to give you guys something back in return. So, yeah.
That applies with our Silverside biltong as well, doesn't it?
Well, it does. That's what was the code for that again?
Don't forget the code, which is just get out 15, all capitals, for 15% off.
Or one word too, isn't it?
Correct.
Yep. So don't forget that as well. So we'll make sure that there's a bag of that in there as well. And yeah, it's just trying to get more people across for us and help us grow the platforms.
Try to get the potty out and about and get more people off the couch.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
That includes our $27 Jarvis Walker Challenge.
Still got to get out fishing with that thing again.
We do.
Yeah. I'm umming and ahhing. I've got some nice, I'm hoping that there's some nice weather coming up.
Absolutely,
every time I finish shift, apparently it starts raining and blowing its backside out.
You did show on our socials that trout you caught.
Yeah.
But it spat it right before you pulled it up.
I still call if that was fishing with braid and leader, that was touching the leader. That was a caught fish.
Oh.
But you know what? Like I said, I can live with it. I don't care.
If it's not in your hand, you didn't get it.
Okay. Alrighty. But, that's the part of it. That line was the issue. Yet again, warm water, sit the reel in that. That helps reset the mono memory. That helped.
Yep.
But look, they're not a fantastic rod that you're going to go screaming from the rooftops, but it's about getting people involved and getting everybody out having a go with them.
And doing it cheaply.
Yeah. So
this is it.
We might see, I might even be packing it on an upcoming adventure yet.
Good.
So
even better. Well, that's about it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe, share the podcast with your fellow outdoor lovers.
And don't forget to check in on mates too. That's the main thing we need to do.
Absolutely check on your mates. A text message, a phone call.
It's not weak to speak.
Not weak to speak.
That's right.
True.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thanks everybody.
We'll speak to you next week.
Cheers all.
Cheers all.